Hallo miteinander, I'm Geshady6, and this is Mega Man 2. You know, I've always wanted to LP an actual Mega Man game. It is such a legendary franchise. The games are always just about the right length, not too long and not too short either. They are also very popular. And that's where our problem lies. You know, recording games when Let's Plays already exist, it can work. But in Mega Man's case, there are thousands of Let's Plays on YouTube. I feel like no matter which one I would present, people just don't need more Mega Man. So I thought of something. Rather than going through a specific game, I will show you a compilation of what I think are the all-time best levels of Mega Man, my personal top 3 so to say. So, spot number 3 happens to be included in Mega Man 2, which is why we already have that loaded up. Mega Man 2 is many of folks' favorite Mega Man. Mega Man X1 might be the only one that comes close to its popularity, but that is neither here nor there. Let us begin. We'll be playing on the difficult setting, which is how the Japanese experienced this game. The Famicom version didn't even have the more casual normal mode included. That only came with the international releases. So, who is the Robot Master that blew most of the competition away? That's right, it is the one and only Airman. The stage itself is already great, as we'll see in just a few seconds. There. Immediately, it is a huge step up from Mega Man 1. Everything is just super iconic. We've got these nice clouds, but also dangers and peril everywhere. So many pits, and look at those weird faces. The most striking difference to its predecessor, though, is the design of Mega Man himself. He seems unrecognizable at first, and that has to do with the game's story. See, when Mega Man defeated Dr. Wily in the first game, he became somewhat of a celebrity, and he embraced the high life that was then open to him. But now that Dr. Wily is back and is making his move again, Mega Man is in no shape to fight back. He has become a spoiled playboy with an additional 50 pounds in his belly. And this is where Mega Man 2 is so ahead of its time. So many NES games simply put you into the role of the legendary savior destined to defeat the grand evil, but not this one. Here, you are taught a valuable lesson, that in order to save the world, you have to save yourself first. Mega Man has to learn what truly matters in life and become the hero again who he once was. It is truly an inspiring tale. It also poses a hurdle that makes Mega Man 2 a very difficult game. You only have a single hit point when you start out, and Mega Man no longer has his trusty arm cannon. He had to pawn it to pay the hookers. Instead, he stomps on enemies using all the weight he has in his pasta-filled paunch. To gain muscles and an additional hit point, you can collect mushrooms, a symbol for courage in many cultures of the world. There is also another item you can get, the flower. Flowers stand for dignity and allow Mega Man to expel his self-loathing in the form of fireballs. It is very esoteric, I like it. So, we have arrived at the boss chamber, and it's about to get rough. Airman is viewed as the most difficult Robot Master ever conceived. Very few players have actually gotten past him. So many kids have despaired over this guy and broken their controllers in anger. I have heard rumors that there's even a song about someone's inability to defeat Airman, but even my most extensive research could not confirm that, so I guess it's a lie. Oh, that was not good. We are down to our last hit and can't shoot fire anymore, but I'm pretty sure we can make this happen. As hard as people say Mega Man 2 is, I have sunken hundreds of hours into it and consider myself a grand master. One time, I landed the final hit on the final boss, 360 no scope. You do in fact get a scope later on in the game. This looks tight. Oh god dang it. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to try again. Man, this was so close too. Now we only have a single hit point to do this, which is quite intimidating. Still, everything's possible. So, as I was saying before, 360 no scope. I was not using the scope, and I was in fact playing the game with an Xbox 360 controller. Yeah, no joke. By the way, I am the current world record speedrun holder for Mega Man 2. The record itself is pretty old, so that explains why I am so rusty and even died before. A few years ago, I would have aced this. No matter though, one more piece of trivia for you. For Mega Man 2, it wasn't yet the fans who gave suggestions for the Robot Master's designs. Instead, the staff drew inspiration from people they knew in real life. For example, Airman is based upon Keiji Inafune's mother-in-law. I've seen pictures of her and the resemblance is striking. Heck yeah, we won! I hope you already enjoyed. Know that it is only going to get better with our silver medal. It goes to Mega Man vs. the World, a spin-off made in 2006, also dubbed Mega Man 06. Fans have vowed to never speak of this atrocity of a game ever again, considering it to be the blackest sheep in the whole series. Guess what? I absolutely adore it. I especially like its awesome prologue stage, which is what we'll be playing for this. First thing to know, there are two playable characters in Mega Man 06, Mega Man and Hermann Fegelein. We are playing as Fegelein, of course, as Mega Man is awfully underpowered in comparison. We already have some extra weapons, for example the Riser Gun from Contra Man, the Izayoi Knife from Maid Man, and the Dynamite Stick from Explosion Man. That is a very easy Robot Master, the fight starts and he just explodes. Oh, and we also have the Scorpion Hook from Combat Man. There's a few more things you need to know about Mega Man 06. At the time, Capcom was doing very poorly financially. The game had a very limited budget and had to be rushed out before Christmas. The situation got so bad that Keiji Inafune, Mega Man's creator, decided to rob a local supermarket for additional funding. The poor guy, he is still waiting on death row for that today. And all just because he loved Mega Man so darn much. The sad thing about that is, it didn't even help. Capcom went bankrupt in 2007 and was bought out by Electronic Arts, a publisher well renowned and loved by all gamers. Okay, we've got story time at our hands. The plot of Mega Man 06 is that Dr. Wily has traveled back in time to help Adolf Hitler win World War II. Mega Man follows him and allies himself with Hermann Fegelein to defeat all the Nazis. And here we have our boss fight against Super Mecha Death Hitler 2000. He is quite menacing, isn't he? Don't worry, Fegelein can deal with him, no problem. About Fegelein, he is in fact a historical person. He was a Third Reich officer who frequently played ridiculous pranks on Hitler. For example, by sending him rigged video game consoles. His sabotage caused the German leading apparatus to become inefficient, and therefore the Nazis lost the war. Fegelein still lives in the US today, and is considered a true American hero. And we are done here. What a great stage that was. So, what could possibly top this? Well, a lot of you may still remember her. It was a pretty big deal at the time. Yes, we are talking about Splash Woman from Mega Man 9. The very first girl to ever be featured in a video game. I still remember what an uproar that caused. Wow. Everyone was so scared that they would get cooties from their Xbox 360s. The game isn't exclusive for that system, just so you know. Of course, all of that was just nonsense, and Splash Woman turned out to be really damn sexy in the end. A real babe. So, Mega Man 9. As you can see, it is very different from the other games we have seen. That mostly has to do with its story. Mega Man, now a divorced, out-of-work drunkard, has turned to religion as his final salvation and become a shrine maiden of Shinto. We once again do not have our arm cannon. Instead, Mega Man uses the holy and magical powers of his newly found faith to blast Dr. Wily and his cronies out of the sky. Yes, the sky. Mega Man also has the ability of flight now, as his mind is clear and at ease. He used Rush for these things before, but unfortunately, the little guy had to be put down because of robot rabies a few games ago. All of these things make this game a shoot 'em up, kind of like the timeless classic Choaniki, except with a top-down view instead of a sideways one. It really was a drastic departure from Mega Man's jump and shoot formula, but I think it was the right move to do. Electronic Arts knew that something had to be done after the catastrophic flop of Mega Man 06. After all, they know exactly how to reboot a series. They have proven so with SimCity. If you believe I am wrong in that regard, you are simply a butthurt purist loser. And here she is, the aquatic research robot Splash Woman. She is a mermaid, and I would take a bite out of her. Oh god damn it, that death was absolutely not my fault. I am awesome at this game, believe me. The thing was, my massive hard-on for Splash Woman distracted me. I couldn't actually see the screen. She is after all my Mega Man waifu. Again, there aren't many females in Mega Man. She was the very first one ever and set the stage for a few more to follow. In Mega Man 10 there was Dullahan Woman, a robot master who would detach her own head. Finally, you would encounter Overdressed Werewolf in Mega Man X9. If you fawn over any of those two, that is perfectly fine. There is also Roll. If you like Roll best, you can go fuck yourself and die, as she is the worst skank. Seriously, fuck Roll, bitch. No, Roll is perfectly okay, of course. I hope you enjoyed our annual dose of insanity. Happy April Fool's Day, everybody. I'm Gash86, and this was a disgusting mess of a video. Bis bald.